Shalom everyone. It's been a while since I made a video, but I wanted to get back on here because I wanted to share with y'all a experience I had. I was on at the Cleveland Clinic the other day, and I had a doctor's appointment. And you know how you go to a doctor's appointment, it takes a long time to see the doctor. You sit there and wait for him. So what I did was I brought this particular book with me. I don't know if y'all can read that. It says The Holy Nation, and it mentions 144,000 right there. This particular book was written by none other than an ex-Jehovah's Witness. Yup, an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And he had discovered the same things that I've discovered a long time. He discovered a long time ago. That us so-called Negroes, we're actually the nation of Israel. We're the Israelites, people you read about in the Bible. But anyway, I'm sitting there in a waiting room, and I'm reading this book, waiting for my name to be called, or waiting for the doctor to come in. And I had the book open to the back cover. I'm reading it like this, so I got my reading it. So right there, you can see some Hebrew words right there. Now, I can't read Hebrew, but I'm sitting there like this, and I'm reading this book, and the nurse comes in. It's a male nurse, a white guy. And he immediately saw these letters on the back of this book. Immediately. That's the brother right there, incidentally. He used to be a Jehovah's Witness. He's the one who wrote this book. But anyway, so I'm reading it, and the nurse comes in, and he sees these words, these letters here. And he says to me, he says, "Oh, are you studying to become a Jew?" This is a white guy said this to me. So I'm like this here, and I went down like this, looked up at him. I said, why do I have to study to become a Jew when I was already born such? And you should have saw the look on his face. His eyes got wide like this. Yeah, just like that. And then he looked up at me. He says, I thought I was a Jew. And I looked at him. I looked right at him. I was like, come on, man. You know good and well that the real Jews or so-called Jews on this planet are us so-called Negroes. And you should have saw the look on his face. This white guy, this Jewish guy, see, he put his head down in shame. He was ashamed. He was ashamed when I said that. And he put his head down just like this. And then he looked back up and he looked at me, he said in a soft voice, I guess because he didn't want other people to hear him. He says, you know what? You're right. We know that. We know that. Key word he says, we know that. That's what he said. We know that. And then he went further and said this. He said, I bet you get tired of seeing that old white Jesus, don't you? Now, why would he say that? He said, I bet you get tired of seeing that old white Jesus. Now, we wasn't even talking about no Jesus. But he said that. Why do you think he said that? Because he knows the truth. That white Jesus, this white Jesus that the whole world seems to think is spoken of in the scriptures, that he's a white man, that Jewish guy knows that white Jesus, the perception that has been put in the minds of people worldwide, is a fraud. He knows that was made up to deceive people. He knows it. See, so for any of you out there who think that what we talk about, us being God's people, the Israelites, the so-called Jews, know this. They know this. Those fake Jews, the Ashkenazi Jews, yeah, the Khazars, yeah, they know that we are the real people spoken of in the Bible, the so-called Negroes. And they know that they're frauds. But they choose to keep this persona like they are God's people on the earth because they don't want to lose what goes with people in the world thinking that they're God's people. See, they don't want to lose that privilege of stealing the inheritance that belong to us. And they know they're lying. And I just wanted to share that with y'all. This was a so-called Jewish guy. And he readily admitted that to me. When he saw me reading this book, y'all need to get this book too. It's called The Holy Nation. I don't know if it's backwards on your screen or not. It's mentioned The Holy Nation, 144,000. This book is written by ex-Jehovah's Witness. He discovered the truth, the real truth. But I just wanted to present that with y'all. This so-called Jew readily admitted it to me. Right to my face that, yeah, we know that. We know that y'all the real Jews. And then he says, I bet y'all get tired of seeing that old white Jesus. See, they know. They know this. Y'all people need to wake up. You Jehovah's Witnesses, you so-called Christians, all you black folk, y'all need to wake up. You so-called Negroes, the ones who are the descendants of slaves, you all need to wake up. This is what a Jewish guy said to me. He readily admitted it. Put his head down in shame and his eyes going on wide because he realized he was talking to someone that, no, you can't push over on me, boy. I'll look you right in your eye, boy. Stop lying to me. You don't come up in my face with that because I'm going to check you. His eyes got wide and he put his head down and he was ashamed. And then he raised his head up real slowly and he says, you're right. We know that. We know that. So that's just something I wanted to share with y'all. And I know it's been a while since I made videos. I'm trying to get back into it. Been going through quite a few things, but let y'all know I'm still here. I ain't dead. Still alive. Y'all be hearing some more from me. That's just a brief little video just to, let y'all know, hey, I'm still here. But I wanted to share that with y'all. That happened to me not too long ago. And I was like, look at this. These people actually know this. They know that they're liars. They know who we are, but they chose to steal our identity anyway. And they're going to pay for it. So I want to share that with y'all, and y'all be hearing from me. Shalom.